Hello and welcome back to Shimrath Plays Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. This is the continuing saga of Sparrow Gryphon, child of wealthy hippies who made their fortune selling holistic cures and herbal remedies. Let's see. Since the last episode, Sparrow used the two military backpacks to basically collect every item in the evac shelter and get it all over here on these two countertops. I've looked over the weapons and decided not to take any of these assault rifles with me. Instead, I have decided to carry a holster with a firearm, a pistol, another sheath with a combat knife, and whatever weapon with the reach attack property that we can manage to build still. I tried to attach one of these combat knives to one of the, or any of the assault rifles, and it was an impossible task. One of them I could attach it to, but it requires a certain level of skill in melee and a certain level of skill in rifles or guns or whatever it's called in the game. And I don't have those skills, so I took a bunch of skills for fabricating my own materials, not actually using materials that I might find pre-built. So our quest is currently a very difficult and exciting quest, and that is to go out in the woods and find a long stick, because I can't attach a combat knife to a spear without a long stick. So let's do that. When you tear the curtains down, you get a heavy stick. A heavy stick is not what I need. I need a long stick. So we're going off to the woods. Now, we're not going to go down in this direction because we know there's a zombie creeping around down there. The principal of the school, right? We look at the map again. This big white square is the regional school, and we saw we saw the undead principal kind of standing out by the road, staring at the evac shelter, wondering if there's anything to eat there. So we're not going to do that. But all those hashtag number signs that are green are woods, so we can just basically walk north and head directly into the woods and look for a stick to pick up. Not just any stick, not a heavy stick, a long stick. Now, we have to be a little careful, and while we're out here, one thing we can do is get close to plants that look like these little shrubs, and we can examine them. Do we want to pick a bluebell? We don't. How about, no, it's this plant. It's the little low to the ground plants that are the ones. All right, fine. That is long grass. I wonder if from game to game the sprites that represent the different bushes change. Let's see. Oh, no, there. See, I did. I foraged through this underbrush to find nothing. In some cases, it's specific type of plant, and it doesn't help. So, is this a stick? That's a dead hickory tree. It's not a stick. This over here is a casing of a certain type of ammunition. Let's just keep going until we find something. Alright, lost in the woods. I like to just travel in a single direction mostly. So that I can easily find my way back if I get lost. Makes it impossible to get lost. There are no branches laying around out in this woods at all. There's some mounds of dirt. Dead trees. Well, I thought we'd just keep walking until we find something. We can occasionally examine some of this shrubbery. Who doesn't like a nice hike through the wilderness? Ah, here we go. Okay, so here's a bunch of trees that have been cut down. Let's zoom out a little bit just to get a better idea of what might be going on here. It looks like maybe somebody's just been logging and stuff. No big deal, but take a look at these. It's a heavy stick. That's a long stick. So this is what we came for. Walk around the woods long enough and you'll find a nice long stick. And now it's ours. Another thing around here that's useful, I mean, I could pick up a couple of long sticks if I wanted to, but once I have a spear, I'm not too worried about it unless it gets damaged. I won't have to worry about it. If we look over here, you see essentially a dead plant, a withered plant, and you can use it, as you see down here in the description, you can use it to craft tinder, short cordage rope, long cordage rope, soft adobe brick, fiber mat, short cordage piece, and long cordage piece. I only mention this because if you can't get string or rope anywhere else, you can find plant fibers and actually make your own. So you can really start from scratch. I'm going to pick up one more long stick if there is one around here because I just have a feeling I don't really want to wander around in the wilderness and look for a stick later if mine breaks. Okay, we're going to just quickly head back by using the mouse to navigate. In other words, taking the noisiest route. All the way back to the shelter. Alright. Somebody left the door open. That's why we can't have nice things. Was this person's... okay, yeah, there's a zombie out there. We tore the curtains off the one window that the zombie can see us through. So now we just have to live with it. Was this person's name Blockhead? If I recall correctly. Yeah, Carol Blockhead Hart. Good thing is she hasn't called me a commie or anything like that. No, there was an NPC in another game that accused me of being a commie for some reason. They were probably right, but still. Okay, let's see if we cannot create, finally, a spear with a knife on the end of it. Okay. The problem is, I was looking at knife spear. What I need is a simple knife spear. I don't need anything complicated, which means I need to be able to make it without a drilling implement, right? So let's craft. Let's attempt to craft a simple knife spear. In order to do it, we'll need a brew, a long pole, a pool cue, or one long stick, which I have. Something sharp, there's a giant list of sharp things, or one combat knife. I have. I will need a felt pouch, a fur pelt, a leather patch, or a rag. I think I can get a rag by cutting up the sheets from the curtains. And I believe also that I can find a long string inside the curtains as well. So, may as well continue. That's a bad idea. Let's go over here and tear the curtains down from this window. Tear down the curtains. We'll get the sheets. We'll just get all of this. We'll take it back over here. And we will drop it. We will drop it. We will drop one of the long sticks, and we'll drop all the nails. Okay, now, we need to use our pocket knife to cut up an item, and we're going to cut up one of these sheets. It took us 5 seconds to do, and we have 19 rags now. So we're going to get We already have the rags. And then we needed a string. I think we're good to go here. If we look, we can now craft a simple knife spear using one long stick nearby or one long stick on my person. Let's use the one long stick on my person. Let's use the combat knife nearby. And we have finally achieved a simple knife spear, which we will then wield. Ta-da! All right. Now, we are ready to wait until dark and go and explore the town. Because now, if we come face to face with a zombie, we can stab him from a distance, and he hopefully won't bite us or maul us to death. We also have a pistol and a holster. If things get really dicey, we could potentially shoot a couple zombies and run away. I really don't know. We don't know how things are going to go when it comes time to do that. Now, the interesting part is if you look over here, it is only 10:13 a.m. on the very first day of our awakening in the evacuation shelter, and it will be a long time until it gets dark. We could just sit around and wait, and we don't have anything to read, so we can't pass the time by reading and trying to learn skills, but we could just go for it. But it might be a good idea to go along the outskirts of town and sort of scout out what's around and where zombies are, because even at night I have a very short radius that I can see, and it's very easy to stumble onto a zombie. And once that happens, really your only choice is either fight that zombie and hope the noise doesn't attract more, or turn and run and just run off into the wilderness quickly enough that the zombie loses track of you and goes about its own business. It could follow you all the way back to the evac center if that's where you run, in which case you could then fight that one zombie and you don't have to worry about the sound attracting the attention of zombies that are closer. So maybe we do that. Yeah, let's think about that and we'll make our decision. All right, time to plan our scouting mission. We will look at the overland map and decide what to do. The school is awfully close, close enough that the zombies were within a stone's throw. I'm really tempted to get this door open that leads to the roof and just go up on the roof with one of the assault rifles and just try to shoot those any zombies that are within range. The zombie that we saw. It's a dumb idea, because if there's a whole school campus full of zombies, they'll hear the noise and they'll come for the shelter, and they would probably kill Blockhead, and then I would be stuck on the roof. So that's not a good idea. Now, when you're looking to raid the town, what you want to do is find some houses that are kind of off on the outskirts. This house is a prime target, because you can approach it from the wilderness and hopefully sneak in the front back door, or if the front door is unlocked, usually they're locked, sneak in the back door if it's open, or find a window that's cracked. Worst case scenario, you have to break in, which I think are what improvised lockpicks are good for, but I think I only had one and I broke it trying to get to the roof of the shelter. Yeah, but this is a perfect position. So what I might want to do is just head up through the woods or along the edge of the woods. Probably want to go into the woods and then over, and from that cover kind of scout out, see how many zombies are around this house, because when it gets dark, I'm going to roll up to it, and I kind of want to have a sense of how many zombies are around in order to avoid just, stepping around the corner of a house and boom, there's a zombie 1 or 2 squares away, right? Because once you start fighting zombies, once a zombie even sees you, sometimes they make enough noise, or you make enough noise running away, that other zombies will sort of jump on the bandwagon. So, as far as the map goes, I think that's our target. So let's do it.